I don't really know what to do right now, so I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and try to find a replacement control board for a good price. Try to open up this technical wonder here. Okay, so the tray here for your soap detergent comes out. Just found a manual online. There's screws in here. Apparently here, 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 and there's another one here. And once I loosen them, I should be able to take the front panel off and then lift the lid up here. Come loose. Huh? Here come all the screws. Okay. I hope nothing broke. Yeah, shut up. Here's another screw. Oh, one's on the floor. Okay. I got them all. Okay. Probably disconnect this. All right. Now the front's out of the way, and it's just the lid is just held by these three screws, supposedly. So let's find out if that's true. Unfortunately, I have two screws that are different from the other three, and I don't know which one was where. Oh, okay, they go here. So if this happens to you and the screws fall apart and the screws fall out, two of these have like a self-cutting thread, and they're clearly the ones that go into the blue plastic here, whereas the other three are machine screws and they go into the metal threads. I'm gonna put those in my detergent tray here. See what's what here. Pull a little forward and lift it up. So meanwhile, I've read a lot, and common opinion seems to be that this control board, which is here under this cover here, that those fail frequently with all kinds of issues. So there's still a chance it's another part. So the error message that I received here, the last one on the log list was 57, and it says something about communication between this board and an inverter board that controls the motor directly. But which of the two is the cause is anyone's guess. But there seems to be a lot on many issues with these boards. So I think I'm gonna try to find a replacement, one that I can return if it's not the right part, and hope for the best. So there's a cover here. Okay. And then I think I have to take these two off, and I think the whole board is clipped into this bracket here. So let's see how far that takes me. And here comes the part. So there's a ton of connectors. At first glance, it seems like they're all different and they're all keyed apparently. Looks like they all fit only in one way. Okay, there's a bunch, and there's some of the cabling here is zip tied directly to the bracket. It looks like I have to cut that off. Holy smokes. Okay, cut these clips off here. This is cable management, but it gives me a little bit more room to navigate, I think. It's real difficult to reach. And now that I can move it, I'm gonna just remove plug by plug. It looks like they're all different. One thing in common, they're all very hard to remove. I want to yank out the wires here. One. Now we're moving. Okay. Even color coded, that's nice. different. Yeah, but I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it's the last time I buy a GE appliance. I have Samsung and LG stuff in the house, never had any issues with those. And one time you buy American, it's just not good quality. How many plugs are here? And another zip tie. Last but not least, I believe, is the pressure tube they've been talking about, I guess. So here it is. Not sure how I get out of this bracket, but at this point I hope this is the culprit. I'm not too thrilled because I guess this is about $180, but I need a solution. Okay, I had to bend these plastic tabs. That allows you to take this top piece off. There's an extra circuit board that just sits here, not part of the main board. And then once that comes off, you have access to the board, and it's screwed in here with 2-3 screws. And I hope I can see a part number here somewhere. Well, probably in the manual. I'll wait here. That should hopefully help. I'm going to try to find this with a free return option, just in case that's not the cause. It's a day later. It's late in the evening. Well, it's not that late, but I just came home. It's about 9:30 p.m. and my new control board was in the mail. So I'm gonna try to put it back together now, and I hope this fixes the weirdness. Let's find out. I put the camera on a tripod here, and then I'm back. Okay, so I gotta clip this back into the tray here, and then mount the other part back on. Then get all the connectors back on and put it back in place. Oh wait, this was screwed in, so okay. So it has to go this way. I don't remember which way it was in here. That's something I didn't see. Okay, here the screw, the mounting holes. Yeah, okay, they line up. Okay, so this way is correct. There's a screw here, and a screw there. That's how it lines up. So that's the right way to do it. See what this little label said that was stuck here on that pressure hose connection. Important. Blow around, what? Great, can't read it. There's a label here, supposedly important, but I can't read it because it's stuck together. Okay. Important, blow and cut the hose 1/4 inch before to use. 1/4 inch. Blow and cut the hose. Why? Why would I cut the hose? I'm not going to cut the hose because it just fits the way it is. I guess this is for a first installation, not for a replacement. I'm not sure. But I can't cut the hose, I think. I'll find out. And this was it this way or that way? Okay, it was this way because otherwise the heatsink here doesn't fit, and also you can tell that these holes here, they line up with these little tabs. So feed that in here and just okay. It's exactly the kind of technology that I really hate. Plastic clips are the worst in my mind. Okay. Okay, good. Back together. All right. So this was mounted here. This is the camera, I'm not sure. So. Okay. Blow in the hose for sure. Okay, if I blow in the hose, I hear something bubbling. It's gonna be the last thing I connect. If I can cut it a little bit off, I will. Not sure why that label requests that. So now fetch all the connectors and put them back in place. They are all unique, so there should be no confusion. This goes here. This goes here. That gray one goes here. The blue one here. There's a blue one. I like that at least some of them are color coded. This one goes here. Yep. And also they kind of, by the way that cable strand is put together, they kind of fall naturally into the right places, so I don't have to go back and watch the old video, I think. At least for the most part they do. This fits here. Yep. A little hard to reach. Okay, there we go. This is good. And this is confusing me a little bit, because this doesn't go anywhere yet. Okay. Fill up the rest first, see what stays behind. This fits. This fits here, here, here. I got everything back except for that big one that's over there. So there's really, oh wait, let's come back out. Okay. Another one here. Make sure if you do this that everything actually clicks in. They all have a little tab that latches onto the connector. So I'm guessing this is that one, but magically the cable's too short now. How is that possible? Ah, okay, I had it tangled. I think this must be that. 5 pins, 5 pins. That's a Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi card. Interesting. It has a MAC address on it. Actually, I don't care about this washer to have Wi-Fi. For all I care, it can be without it. Anyways, who knows? Someday maybe I want to use it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, these go here. Tuck this away a little here. I just hope this is actually the cause of the problems. I don't want to have to try the next piece. This tucks in here. Oh, I tangled this up. That's not good. Pull these out. Fix my mess here. That's the problem. Aha, much better. There we go. This fits here. Okay. Good enough. This is the little sensor that takes that pressure hose. We got one more plug in here, the gray one. Mount this first. Back where it came from. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now the pressure hose. Cut a tiny piece off because the label asked me to. I'm not sure, maybe that gives a better connection. Anyway, there's enough slack here. Push this back on. So this is where that goes. This is the pressure hose, and it goes into this little element that has it looks like a chip, but it has a plastic pipe on top, and it has some sort of air pressure sensor in it. And I think it determines, I googled this, if I remember correctly, it measures how much water is filled into the drum by, I don't know, responding to the remaining air pressure or something. So this should be tied here. Okay, I will zip tie this later. Right now I just want to see if it runs. So I'm going to take that panel out of the way again. Stuck this back together last night. Take the panel out of the way. Push this back in. Leave the panel hanging here. Plug it in and hope for the best. It comes on, so that's a good sign, I guess. Everything is flashing. I don't know if that's a good sign. You need some sort of reset. Oh, okay. I think I'm in diagnostic mode here. No. Well, this is the first time this board gets power, so maybe it's running through some initialization. I'm not sure about that. I'm a little out of my depth here. I just fiddled around and it showed the number 2, and I held the play button here for a while. And suddenly it turned off, and now I can turn it on and off like normally. So this looks normal. Let's see if I can rinse and spin it. Door locks, water's running, drum is spinning, that's a good sign. My main concern is if it runs for the actual time and doesn't cut out earlier. That sucks. It does the same thing as before. So now I know I can return this board because it didn't change anything. And gotta find out what the next option is. So this is turning into a nightmare. Alright, I'll see you later. I'm gonna revert all this, take this board out, put the old board back in, and return this and find out what else to do. Good night.